Hi, I'm so excited to be doing this video, but I'm also simultaneously so anxious and nervous and giddy. It's been so long since I've done one. I feel really just all out of whack with it and a bit awkward, a lot awkward. So please just bear with me through through this if I start drifting or rambling. It's not intentional. Anyway, it is what it is. As you know, some of you might know, I have found the last, particularly 6 months, what I would describe as excruciatingly intense for many reasons. And I'm sure many of you can relate. And it's come in a multitude of ways, and that's just for me personally. So I think everyone's experiencing the same or similar feelings, even if it's wrapped in a completely different packaging. I am greatly enjoying this new space that has now sort of manifested, where my youngest is at school and she's loving it, and I am loving having this daily opportunity to reconnect and just go inward and be present with what I find there. Some days it's an enjoyable process, other days not so much, but you know, that's all part of the journey, isn't it? One thing that's been coming up as this very strong theme, particularly, I was shown repeatedly that this was a time of death and rebirth, but in the middle of it was this transitionary period. And what this is an opportunity for, and this won't resonate with everyone, and if it's not resonating with you, just, you know, let it go and move on, and just, you know, it is what it is. But it's an opportunity about letting go, and the message is, where are you feeling the most discomfort, pain, even suffering? And I don't just mean this is a temporary thing, but this is going to be an area or multiple areas of your life that have consistent and or prolonged discomfort, like discontent, deep discontent, not surface discontent, deep discontent, frustration, pain, suffering. So it may come in the form of your job, it may come in the form of one of your relationships, multiple relationships, even where you're living. Only you can really tell where you're experiencing this, again, one or multiple ways. These are the areas that need to be this is what needs to be let go of, because there's an unacceptance of what is occurring. And again, this is what I was shown personally about a few things. It's an unacceptance of what is, and it's holding on through a mix of hoping that things will change and fear that if they don't, that you'll need to make change in some sort of way. So it's sort of being held onto through a mix of hope and fear. Anything in our life enters in its most simplistic form in one of two vibrations. It's created through love, or it's created through fear. So now have a look at once you've identified the areas that are creating the most suffering, go back to how it all began, and you will have either created it from the heart because it felt right, and it's everything we create consciously is what we think will bring us happiness, what we think will get us to, or a step closer to what it is that we want to have, what we want to be experiencing. But subconsciously and unconsciously, it'll be created from this space of love or fear. It'll either feel completely aligned and like it's the right thing and bring much happiness, and you will think, yes, this is the key to my dreams, my happiness, whatever it might be. So it was aligned at the beginning, and that's why it felt so good. But things have shifted along the way, and now it's no longer in alignment, and you're feeling that lack of resonance, and it's getting more and more uncomfortable. But again, this is where we're holding on to things, hoping that things will change and a different outcome will occur. And the moment we start holding on, hoping that things, the moment we start hoping that things will change and waiting for that to happen, we're disempowering ourselves, because we're waiting for external circumstances to change before we can be happy. So this period feels like an opportunity to look at everything that's in your life that's creating this deep and continued sense. And I don't mean just you wake up one day feeling irritated at someone, oh, you know, like I've got to let them go. This is repetitive, prolonged, continued sense of deep discontent and frustration, deep sadness and pain, deep suffering that you're feeling, you know, regularly and consistently. Then look at which vibration they were created in, because I think that helps to recognize, okay, yes, this was right, but it's no longer right. And I need to allow that to be what it is. And I can't change what's happened up to here, but I can change what I do from this moment forward. And the same if you look at it and go, all right, I acknowledge that that was created from a place of fear. I took that job thinking that no other job would come along, or I took that job because I was afraid that I was going to go bankrupt and I needed to pay the bills, and whatever it is. And these are just examples coming into my head right now. It's that recognition that everything that's happened until now can't be changed. It just needs to be accepted for what it is right now. And then you choose a different way of creating as you move forward. So instead of creating from an underlying fear, create from this place of possibility. And I think there's this like light bulb coming where, and it's actually this really beautiful, where you're gonna, it's, I don't mean, and maybe you will, wake up literally one morning, but it's like that analogy, waking up one morning and looking at everything, and everything's exactly as it was, but yet you see it completely differently. So it's waking up, looking through new eyes, and when you look at it from this new perspective, think of it as seeing through your soul eyes. And that gives you this inspiration and courage to create something new that is much more aligned, because you're creating from this space of love and not from a place of fear. And trust that it's not your mind that's going to get you closer to what you want to experience. It's your heart, and that's what needs to be the guide. But it's just like this, like, oh my God, I see this completely differently now. Which is exciting. So it's very much just really looking at what's in your life that's ready to be let go of. And look, this doesn't have to necessarily be anything physical like a relationship or a job or a house or anything like that. Maybe it's a belief pattern that you need to let go of, like beliefs or a thought pattern. Or quite simply, maybe it's letting go of the story that you've created, your story, because often that's filled with pain and trauma and all of these other things for all of us. And the problem with our stories is the more detail we put into our stories, they take on a life of their own. And many of us attached to our story. So our story is like, my story is who I am. It's not, but do you know what I mean? We take on its identity. It is us. So often as well as if there is a physical component to what you need to let go of, there's the accompanying story that needs to be let go of as well, because that story contains all the hopes and the dreams and everything wrapped into why you're still holding on and still so afraid to let go, even though it's causing you so much pain. And, you know, maybe if it's a job or a relationship or whatever it is that's causing you all this pain, maybe once you let go to the story attached to it, you might find that it doesn't cause you that pain anymore, and it doesn't actually need to be let go of. It just needed to be seen through a new lens. So only you will know if that applies to you in any way and in which way, you know, it applies. But it just feels like a good opportunity to really review what we're moving forward with, and if it really is aligned and feeling right for where you are right now, because you're constantly changing, evolving, expanding and contracting at times. You know, it's this ebb and flow. And so what felt aligned at some point is bound to shift over time. Not everything, but most things. Or most things shift, but it stays within a certain resonance of each other. It doesn't go too far, so it can expand, and then this bit catches up, if you know what I'm trying to say. So there's so many ways that it can appear. So just feel into it, feel what feels right for you, let anything else go. And yeah, thanks for bearing with me. Like I said, I just feel so weird. But I am really excited to be back and just connecting with you. So I will look forward to talking with you soon, sending you biggest heart hugs. Oh, and if you're interested in registering for the free Lunar Eclipse Healing on Friday the 14th, either live or via the replay, I'll put the link in the description and you can check it out. Otherwise, I really look forward to talking with you soon. And oh, again, there we go. Oh, this is so me. Did you feel the energy shift over the weekend? It was I think it was over the weekend now. I posted about it, but I can't remember when it is now. I literally woke up some point in the middle of the night and felt like I'd gone to sleep in one energetic state and woken up in a completely different one, and that everything around me had shifted as well, very subtly but very noticeably at the same time, if that makes sense. So yeah, it was quite a significant shift in energies, whatever it was. So anyway, just thought I'd throw that in too. I'm gonna go and I will look forward to talking with you soon and sending you biggest heart hugs as always. Bye.